Hey guys, so in today's video I will be crocheting a pig. I will link down all the materials you need and the written pattern. For this project I will be filming it in 3 different parts. The first one will be the body, which is today. The next one will be the head, and then the third one will be like the arms, ears, and then nose. But beforehand I just wanted to mention that I am not really good with the nose yet, so if anything, I will be putting a button, sewing a button on instead of the nose, but just to let you know that beforehand. I still will be linking off the pattern if you do want to try that out yourself. But to begin, for round 1, you do need to do a magic circle with the 6 single crochets inside, which is the basic start for every amigurumi or most amigurumis. And I do have a separate video for that. So if you don't know how to do that, go check out that video, and then we can now move on to round 2. So since I already did the magic circle, for round 2 we're going to be doing increases all the way around. And with our increases we want to end up with 12 stitches in total for round 2. So that is going to be 2 single crochets into this stitch right here. So you want to just repeat that step all the way around in each of these stitches, end up with 12, and then we can move on to round 3. Now for round 3, they want you to single crochet into the next stitch and then increase. So for this round you want to repeat that and then end up with 18 stitches total. So single crochet into the first stitch, and then increase into the next one, which is 2 single crochets. So you want to repeat that all the way around until you end up with 18 stitches in total, and then you will be done with round 3. Okay, so for round 4 they want you to single crochet into the next 2 stitches and then increase. So single crochet into the first 2 stitches, which is there 1, 2, and then increase. So increase into the third stitch, which is again 2 single crochets, and then you repeat that step all the way around until you end up with 24 stitches in total for round 4. Now for round 5, we want to single crochet into the next 3 stitches and then increase. So 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and then increase into that 4th stitch, which is 2 single crochets. And you want to repeat that all the way around, and for round 5 you will end up with 30 stitches in total. Okay, so for round 6 we're going to do a single crochet into the next 2 stitches and then increase. Okay, that was 2 single crochets into the first 2 stitches, and now I'll be increasing into the third one. And then you want to single crochet into the next 4 stitches, and then increase. So you want to do that 4 more times, and then I'll be back. Okay, so just to repeat myself, what we did was single crochet into the first 2 stitches, which was here, and then our increase. And then what we did was single crochet into the next 4 stitches and then increase, and we did that 5 times. So after that you should have a remainder of 2 stitches left, and you want to single crochet into both of those, and you will end up with 36 stitches in total for round 6. Moving on to round 7, we want to single crochet into the next 5 stitches. So, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to increase into that 6th one. And you want to repeat that all the way around, and you will end up with 42 stitches in round 7. Okay, so for round 8, we're going to start off by single crocheting into the next 3 stitches. And then you want to increase. Okay, so you're done with that first part. The next part is going to be single crocheting into the next 6 stitches and then increase. So this is my 6th one, and then I'm going to increase now. Okay, so you're going to repeat that process 5 times, and what you're repeating is the single crochets into the next 6 stitches and then increase, not the first part I showed you, just that second one. And then I'll be back. Okay, so for round 8, after you finish the first 2 parts, you should end up with 3 stitches left, which you're going to just single crochet into. And in this round, you should have 48 stitches. So I'm just going to finish this off. So moving on to round 9 to 15. It's going to be really simple because all you need to do is just single crochets all the way through. So I'm not really going to show that part because it is just a single crochet, but after round 15 I'll be back to show you the rest. So after you finish round 15, this is what it should start to look like. It's starting to take form of the body. So now we can move on to round 16. So what we first want to do is single crochet into the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then now you want to decrease. So a decrease is we're going to put our hook into this first stitch right here, or this stitch right here, take some of this yarn, and you want to leave this alone and then go into the next stitch, pull some more yarn through, and now you have your 3 loops. Then you want to yarn over your hook and pull through all 3. And that is a decrease. So this is going to be the first part. Now moving on to the second part, we're going to single crochet into the next 10 stitches. Okay, so this is my 10th stitch, and then we're going to decrease. So I'll show you the decrease one more time. Insert your hook through this stitch right here, pull some yarn through, you have a loop. Go into the next stitch, pull some more yarn through, you have 3 loops, yarn over your hook, and pull through all 3 loops. So that is the second part, and you want to repeat this process 2 more times since we just did the first one. So remember, you're just going to repeat the single crochets into the next 10 stitches and then decrease. And then I'll be back after I finish that. Okay, so if you did the first 2 parts correctly, you should end up with 5 stitches left. So what you want to do is just single crochet into the last 5. and that means you should end up with 44 stitches in total for round 16. Moving on to round 17, all you're going to do is single crochet the whole round. So you're going to end up with another 44 stitches in total. So I'll be back after I'm done with round 17. Again, it's just a single crochet all the way around, and then we'll move on to round 18. Okay, so I didn't show round 17 because it was just the single crochet all the way around, but now moving on to round 18, it's going to be single crocheting into the first 9 stitches. Okay, so this is my 9th one, and then I'm going to decrease. So and you want to repeat that process all the way around, and once you finish round 18, you should have a total of 40 stitches in total. Okay, so I just finished round 18, and this is how it looks. For round 19, you're just going to single crochet all the way around, and since you're just single crocheting, you will still end up with 40 stitches all the way around, and once I'm done, I'll be back to show you how to do round 20. For round 20, we want to start off with a single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And then after that, you want to do a decrease. Okay, so that is the first part. Now for the second part, we want to single crochet into the next 8 stitches. That is my 8th one, and then now I'm going to decrease. Okay, so that second part I just showed you, you should do that 2 more times, and then I'll be back to show you how the end part should look. Okay, so if you did the first 2 parts right, you should have a total of 4 stitches left. So you're just going to go ahead and single crochet into the rest of that. And once you're done with this row, you should have a total of 36 stitches all the way around. And then moving on to round 21, it's just going to be a single crochet all the way around. So I'm not going to be filming that part, but also if you wanted to go ahead and start stuffing your amigurumi, you can go ahead, but I usually wait till the end, but the pattern does say you can start filling it right now. Okay, so remember for round 21, it was simply a single crochet all the way around. Moving on to round 22, we want to start off by single crocheting into the next 7 stitches. Three, 4. Okay, so this is my 7th one, and then now we're going to decrease. And then you want to repeat that whole process all the way around until you end up with 32 stitches in round 22. So I just completed round 22 and we are almost there, we're almost finished. So for round 23 and 24, it's just going to be a single crochet all the way around, and I'll be back once I finish round 24 to stuff this piggy and then sew it up. Okay, so I'm back after I finished the 2 rounds of single crochets, and this is how it's looking. So what you want to do is, well, what I did is just stuff the pig's body, and you don't want to put too much because you do have to close this up. But what you're gonna do is just fold this in half, just like that, and then you're going to single crochet along this edge to close it up. So you just want to line up the stitches together and just, crochet through, just like that. So line up the stitches as best as you can and single crochet. And then if you find that it's a little bit too hard, you probably have stuffed the pig too much, so you can just take that out as you go, since the opening is still pretty big. But I will be back after I single crochet this whole thing. Okay, so here you can see that I just finished single crocheting along this end, and what you're gonna do now is just cut off this end piece. And then what I do is just, with this loop here, I put my remaining yarn through it, and it just closes it up. And then what you can do is just take this yarn and just stuff it inside here. But this is how the pig's body is going to look. So as you'll notice on the pattern, she does put a little X right here for the belly button, but when I personally did it the first time, it kind of looked like a private part, like I was Xing out a private part. So I don't want to do that, but if you can get it to look as nice as she did, then I suggest you do it, because it does look cute. It's just, for me personally, I thought it looked weird when I did it, since I'm not good at embroidering things on. But anyways, this is part 1 of the pig, and I hope you like it and you can make it to round 3, because I know this is a long process. But anyways, thank you for watching part 1. Also, I just wanted to mention that if you do want to just maneuver things around to make it look a little bit more cute, because once you're done, the feet might be bigger on one side, so you can just like pull it down a little bit and then push in the middle, and then it can look a little bit more like the body. So again, thank you for watching.